What's up, man?
What's going on, dude?
Nothing much. Episode 4. I don't have any cute nicknames lined up, so this one's just gonna be episode 4. How's your week going?
How's it going, dude? It's going. So it's Wednesday, and doing episode 4. Softball this week with the daughter. That was fun. They won.
Fun.
Again.
Fun.
Yeah, they're actually pretty good so far. I'm actually surprised. One girl, one of the pitchers, man, dude, she can throw.
Yeah.
Holy hell, dude. Oh, she puts heat on it too. And so I'm like, this is sweet. But no, it's all good. Everything's going smooth, and whatever else comes. How about you, man?
Been all right. Not too bad. Work's going all right. Weather is improved significantly, so that's good. A lot of stuff in the news. Got some cool weird announcements. Sum 41 is done. Mm-hmm. I didn't know they were around for the past 15 years.
27 years, right?
Yeah, 27 years. Yeah. Jenny Ortega and Michael Keaton are returning for Beetlejuice 2.
I seen that. Yeah.
Very nervous because usually long sequels, with a lot of time in the middle, do not pan out well. Dumb and Dumber and Dumb and Dumber 2, absolutely brutal.
Horrible.
Yeah, it didn't even have its moments for me, but I will never doubt Michael Keaton ever. And it's Tim Burton also, so we'll see. Sure. I'm sure if it wasn't good, they wouldn't be doing it. So we'll see.
Yeah, check it out. It's like you said. Hopefully it goes good. And
yeah,
that first one, man.
That first one's great. It's amazing because I think the number is Beetlejuice is in the movie for 11 minutes, something crazy like that.
I can believe that.
Yeah. Very quick.
Yeah.
It's either 11 or 19. I gotta look it up, but it's a very small amount for that entire movie. So
wow,
it's pretty wild.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to change up the format a little bit. We're going to start teasing what we're going to talk about throughout before we start talking about the episode, just so you guys get the feeling of where the show's going, and it's not such a huge mystery. So we'll just give you a couple rundowns at the end of episode 3. Brandon and I were talking about, and we're not going to get political with this, but when the message, I'll change activism from message. When the message gets in the way of the art of the movie, music, show, whatever, when it starts getting in the way and it doesn't come off organic, we want to talk about that a little bit. We want to know what's going on in East Lansing. We are very big college football fans, and East Lansing, we got some big problems with the transfer portal over there. Mel Tucker lost his quarterback, starting quarterback, starting number 1 wide receiver, and for a while he lost a cornerback, but ended up getting him back. But $95 million, you can't keep your team together. It's gonna be it's gonna raise some questions.
They actually just lost another player too.
Did they really?
Yep, 2 days ago.
Oh man, look how prepared I am.
Yep.
And then we're gonna talk at the end on what we're currently listening to that's in our cassette players in our vehicles. When was the last time you heard that cassette player? Yeah.
Yeah, people are like, hold on, guys, let me Google cassette player.
Yeah. What the hell's a side A and a side B?
Flip over. It's the same thing. No, it's not.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's funny.
That'd be good.
Yeah. So, what are you having to drink tonight?
Okay, so newer to Michigan somewhat. We talked about it. I think we might have talked about it last week. But I have a Three Floyds Gumball Head.
Yes.
Here.
Fantastic.
I wanted something since the weather's kind of, getting warmer now. I think it was 82 degrees today. I wanted something more refreshing. I like the summer shandies that Leinenkugels puts out, but I still wanted something with a little bit more ABV.
There you go.
I picked out Gumball Head right here, and if you haven't had it, definitely get it because it just tastes so good. I mean, all Three Floyds beers are just phenomenal too. I don't know how many of you've had, but I'm sure. Oh, you've been to the brewery. Every time I go into the brewery, I'm like, okay, what haven't I had?
Yeah.
Because that's what I want, you know. But their beer is just fantastic.
They haven't
So
missed for me. Every beer I've
no,
tried, they have
no,
not missed.
no, no. So I have a gumball head today.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. So what about you, Ben?
Well, I switched it up on you today.
Uh-oh.
I got kind of a crazy story. I had to go pick up my daughter from the sitter's house, and traffic was horrible. And I was like, all right, I got to stop and grab a beer for the show tonight. And it was just crazy. And I stopped at a gas station. They didn't sell any, surprisingly. And I'm about to turn right out of the gas station, and the road curved to where I couldn't see the first lane real well, but there was a light right there. And I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. I'm just going to wait. I'll wait till that light turns red, then I'll turn out. And I turned out, and I'm just driving. I think I drove like 300 feet, and I heard the loudest pop I've ever heard. It sounded crazy. And I was like, what is that? And I looked in my rearview window, and a car is airborne, flipping through the air, landed upside down, and I'm like, holy shit. And I see a big Dodge Ram pulling off behind me. So this person pulled in front of this Dodge Ram. It was a car, a sedan type car. And I'm like, what the hell?
Whoa.
Yeah, so I got on immediately. I'm going the other way. I got to go with traffic. I call 911, report it. They said people had already reported it. That's how fast and serious this looked. Like, dude, it looked insane.
That's good though.
Yeah, and I picked up Rowan, and I was just like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go home. Like, I was like, I just had a weird omen. They called me superstitious or whatever. I was like, I'm just going to go home. So I had to switch it up a little bit and had to bring a mixed drink into it.
Oh, hey, nothing wrong with that. What
my
you
favorite
got?
mixed drink is Moscow Mule
Ah, nice. Mazel
with
tov.
with Tito's. Ooh, made it a little strong. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I can feel the hair on my chest just
here's to
growing.
you.
By the way, sir, I'd like to cheers you. Happy birthday.
Oh, cheers, you too. Happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you. For the listeners, I think Brandon and I were born like 12 hours apart.
Yeah.
We're not telling you the date.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah. So.
Damn, dude, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I have crazy shit this morning too. So I leave for work. Usually leave about 4 o'clock or so, and yeah, in the morning. And so I'm kind of in the country, but the way I get to the freeway, I get more into the country.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going down this road, and it's a long ass road, probably like, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 miles until I have to turn, so I can see pretty far down. I see hazards on like both sides of the road going. What the hell is going on out there?
Oh boy.
So I was like, yeah, it's weird. So I'm getting closer and closer, and then I'm getting somewhat to where the houses are, and there's a cop car in one of the driveways. No lights on, just sitting there. And the cars are probably another two houses down or so. Still, hazards on. I was like, what is going on? So I'm going slow now because it's a 55-mile-an-hour road. There's another cop car in the house down too.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, what is going on? So I looked over. There's a guy in like a gator just cruising. And it was an SUV on one side and a car on the other side. The SUV driver's door's open.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. Dude, I was like, what the hell's going on?
What the hell was going on? They didn't hit an
I don't
animal?
know. That's what I thought at first. I was like, oh, maybe someone hit an animal. But there was 2 cop cars and then 2 cars that there was no one in them. And then I seen this dude on a gator going.
Wow.
So I was like, dude, what? So I meant to actually look it up at work because, sometimes you can get on those blogs.
Yeah.
Their Facebook page or something, and I completely forgot. But dude, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, just
This
a
is
weird
some
scenario. Like,
weird, eerie type shit.
yeah, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. What on earth
I
could be
know.
happening at 4 o'clock in the morning?
That's what I was saying to myself. I was like, dude, there's nothing going on. I know this for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just weird shit,
Mm.
Oh
Man, you
man.
want to talk about some weird stuff? Sunday, I told you about this. I was in my shed looking for my weed whipper
Oh yeah.
and was surprised by a raccoon. Yesterday, it climbed my tree. My dog chased it up a tree, and it was, I mean, I'm talking at the top of the tree. It is still in my tree. It's made a home. I've called so many companies, like, I got to get this freaking raccoon out of here, and none of them are getting back to me. And I'm like, I don't want this thing. I don't know if it comes down when we're not home or comes down in the middle of the night. But I closed off my shed and everything, and now I'm sitting here like I'm gonna have to go trap this thing because I didn't want
You
to,
should.
you know.
I'm telling you, just take that 30-06 and just
Well,
kapow.
yeah. well, well, now if I see, I didn't do it while I was in the shed because I didn't want to blow a wall off my shed. I was like, damn, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. And now it's in the
Yeah.
tree, and if I do that, I don't know how many pieces I would have to pick up, to get it out of there. So
7 or 8, give or take 20.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think you should just big Bowie knife, bite it, climb that tree,
fight it to the death.
and just keep going. Just keep going.
I honestly think it would get the best of me. I'm not in my natural element.
Yeah. Wrong call.
Yeah.
Wrong call.
Next show, I'm in a full body cast with 3 scratches over my eye.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, and it's still in the tree. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I know when to pick my battles. I'm not picking that one.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
that was good.
yeah. So let's get rolling on this topic. Hopefully it's not too serious of a topic and it ends up killing the vibe. But lately, especially the past few years, movies, music, and other forms of entertainment have really come out there and really pushed the message. Why do we watch movies? We watch them for many reasons. We watch them to turn off our brains and escape. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we watch them for messages, which we do, and we watch them, sometimes to get inspired,
Yep.
whatever it is. Well, some instances when you want to bring forth a message and you do it to the point to where it doesn't even sound organic, but it sounds more pandering, out of its way, forced, it lands flat. It lands
Mm-hmm.
really flat. And like got a couple examples like on movies where it works. One of our favorite movies. Remember the Titans back in the day?
Yep. Oh yeah, good movie, great movie.
Yeah,
Too.
that was the whole point. The movie brought forth a really great message, and showed the trials and tribulations. My daughters will watch it. Things aren't that bad
Mm-hmm.
anymore as it was, but it's a good message and it works out. Some were even more cryptic, like the 1954. I don't know if you've ever seen it, the original Godzilla movie.
Oh yeah.
Godzilla was a symbol of the nuclear bomb and the
Mm-hmm.
devastation it caused. And they really, before Godzilla was like a silly character in the 70s, that 54 movie was dark. And it was actually the Japanese version before they Americanized it. It was a terrifying movie for a lot of people because they were only so many years out of the nuclear bombs being dropped.
Yeah.
So it was a terrifying movie for them, and there was a big message on it. The destruction of what nuclear war can bring. By the way, Oppenheimer looks amazing, and there's other movies like I know you've seen it, Bruce Lee, Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Yep.
It was sweet. Bruce Lee, awesome. There's some fights, there's this, but then there was a message on what he dealt with kind of the racism that they shown, like that scene when they went out to the movies and they were watching Breakfast with
Oh yeah,
Tiffany's.
that was a good one.
Yeah, they're watching Breakfast at Tiffany's, and there's this white actor, and it was brutal. It's real. It's a real movie. It's a real scene where he's imitating a I guess you would call it Asian American, sure. And it
Yep.
was brutal. Like I was like, oh my god, I can't believe they got away with this stuff. And it's just the message worked. It was natural. It was organic. It was part of his life. And where I'm getting at with this is one of the movies that was really bad for me was Halloween Kills. I don't know. Did you ever see Halloween Kills?
Yep.
Well, Halloween came out in, what was it, 2018?
Yeah.
So it was a huge sequel. We're ready for it. And then it starts off awesome. Typical Halloween movie. It's what we're there to see. Simple,
Hmm.
mindless, scary movie. And then the mob scene started. And it kind of took me out of it. I was like, the evil dies tonight. First of all, the line was cornier than shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I think I
and they
think
kept
everybody thought
saying
that
it.
too.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
and I sat
Evil
there and I was
dies
like,
tonight.
he's going after mob mentality right now, and it was he pushed it so hard, the people seemed really dumb. Like it was just out of place. It was weird. It took off. Went from Michael Myers to the hospital, and people were just. It didn't even make. It almost didn't make sense. It was really, really, really forced.
Yeah.
And it ended up in the guy dying, and after the guy died everyone was like, oh, and then they never touched on it again. Nothing. Nothing.
I know.
like dude, you guys just this guy just sent himself out of a
and
window,
and that's it.
and everyone was just like, all right, let's go home. And it was like, and the guy came out, Green, I believe his name was, and he
Hmm.
said, he goes, yeah, I really wanted to push for that. And it's like, why would you do it in a Halloween movie? Like, it
Yeah, I
just
know.
didn't work. It was
No.
forced, pop, 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 pop. And it's not I don't think it was the right, I get where he was trying to go with, but I think it was a failed attempt, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with it. There was no need for it. And like you said, ugh, that kind of stuff needs to stay out.
Hmm.
In movies in general, you movies are an escape from reality. You don't want to watch a movie and then focus on things that are going on now. It's
Yeah.
people
Halloween's
want
not a
get away from
platform
it. No,
for
especially
that stuff.
Halloween,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There's a guy coming around killing people.
Yeah.
And
Let's
let's
learn
throw this
something.
in here. Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah.
No,
And
it's
then
like no.
and there was another scene one time where I kind of got taken out of the movie for a second, and it was Avengers Endgame. And there's a scene, the whole battle's going on, and it's just awesome. Like, it's nuts. It's what we've all been waiting for years, since Iron Man. And there's this scene where Peter Parker he gets the gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones on it, and Captain Marvel shows up, or Miss Marvel, whatever she is, shows up and takes the gauntlet, and she just blew up a whole ship that no one could get to. Like, they thought it was going to be the end, and Peter Parker hands over the gauntlet and goes, I don't know how you're going to get through all that. And I'm like, how? Why not? Like,
Yeah, I
why
know.
not?
She just blew through a
So
ship. I
yeah,
think she's gonna be all right here.
yeah. So it's like, okay. So then, um, all of a sudden, all the women start showing up, all the women Avengers, and she's got help. I'm like, oh, here we go. Took me right out of it
Hmm.
immediately. And it was like, it was really unfortunate because just by that, it was forced. Just that alone, forced. I know it's forced. They're pandering instead of letting it happening
Naturally,
organically,
yes.
because they could have done it. It was a cool scene, but it was so
Yeah, they
obvious.
didn't have to bring
Like,
it up. That's
no, trust your audience. We
yes.
get where you're going for, but you just made it so obvious. And a lot of people I talked to, they were like, it felt like a pander move just by her saying, she's got help. And it's like, why on earth does the strongest one probably on that whole battlefield,
Yeah, no way,
why
right?
does she need the help
Yeah.
after taking out a whole ship? It was just, which even like I felt Captain Marvel or whatever she is was shoot in anyway, just to be an Endgame, but it was just unfortunate. It was forced. That's just another thing. It wasn't organic. They could have done the scene much better,
Mm.
much better. So, but yeah, that's just kind of what we're dealing with nowadays. There's always that one little scene that can just pull you out just for a second, and even if the message is good, it takes you out of the moment. I guess it
Yeah,
takes you out of the
I agree.
escape. So you could debate over it almost like, oh, I took it as this, or well, I took it as this, and so like you're not cutting the market in half. You're not you're not splitting the audience. There were one audience like, the hell with this, and not that the messages are necessarily bad or not important. Just trust your audience to kind of figure it out, and don't like cram it down our throats.
Yeah, no,
You know,
I do agree. It's
one one show, and I know you know of the show. Like, our wives watch Grey's Anatomy.
oh yeah, oh boy,
That's what they do. I mean, for years,
since it
my wife
started.
has watched Grey's Anatomy, and it was actually kind of tolerable. I
I
didn't
did.
mind
I
it.
watched it. Used to watch it every Thursday. I think it was.
Yeah, and then the last I want to say what 5 years,
Maybe.
it got real preachy.
Oh, well, it got
And
real political.
yeah, and it's like, okay, this is no longer an escape. This is just
Yeah.
moments that I'm dealing with in everyday life. It's all over my Facebook feed. It's all over the news feeds, and now I'm not even able to turn it off while my wife's watching this, and it becomes preachy and forced. Like, there's no need for it, and it kind of for a while ruined the show for a lot of people. I started seeing a lot of things like, the hour a night that you have to shut off,
Mhm.
you can't anymore.
Well, I have not 100% on this stat. I read not too long ago. I think this is their last season coming up, but they
Mhm.
have lost 40% of their fan base over the past 10 years. So
That's
that
insane.
might, that could say it there, but who knows? Like I said, I'm not 100% on that stat. I do remember them saying they lost a good portion of their fan base.
Yeah.
So they never said why, but
One yeah, one show my wife started watching was it's called Designated Survivor.
mm,
And
good.
I mean, out of the first couple seasons, I probably saw 5 seasons. She would watch it as I'm getting ready for bed, and I would like half listen to it and go, it's not that bad of a show. Would I seek it out? No. But it wasn't bad. It was, more of a thriller show. They had some what it is he becomes president by default. The president, and I think the vice president also
The
dies.
whole cabinet dies. He's
Yeah,
literally
okay, so you've
yeah,
seen
oh, yeah,
it.
I've seen all of the seasons.
Okay.
He's the
Well,
last
yeah.
one on the list.
Yeah. Yeah, so he becomes president. It's all the trials and tribulations and all these bills he's trying to pass, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't forced. There was also another story. You had the FBI agent
Yep.
and all the what's the word I'm looking for? It was it was contaminated.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of issues
Yeah,
there.
corrupt.
And so I was like, okay, it's an okay show. It's not necessarily believable. And she was worried about starting the third season. And she's like, I read a lot on the third season that not a lot of people like it. And I was like, well, it probably focuses on current issues and really pushes it. And boom, right off the bat, the third season, and it's not that the messages are bad. It's just so forced. It changed the whole formula of the show. It watered everything down. It went out of its way. It's bumpy. It's unnecessary. And like again, they could have made it to the point to where it wasn't so obvious, and it drives me nuts. And I was like, this show, it's not even necessarily entertaining anymore. It's just watching the news.
Mhm.
That's how I felt. Like, I'm just watching the news, and there goes your shut off hour.
Yeah, I think they only did 4 seasons, if I remember.
No, it's three.
Was it
They
3?
did three.
Like, I know it wasn't much.
Yeah,
So
I don't know if it didn't survive because of COVID. Because I'm sure it still had a big following.
that's for
but
sure. Probably something, but
Yeah,
they
it was
didn't do much. And you're right. That
it was
could have
just
been because of that. And who knows? You're not gonna know. They're not gonna put the actual numbers out there and what happened.
hmm
But
hmm
yeah. So
another one. Last one I kind of want to touch on was She-Hulk. You mentioned
yeah.
She-Hulk. I think it was in the first episode, and when it came out, like we got it. It was going to be a female lawyer drama comedy, something different,
Hmm.
and that's fine. But it was also very preachy. Like that speech she said about the cat calling and yada 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 turned a lot of people off. People got real frustrated at that.
Got bad reviews. I know that for a
Yeah,
fact.
and then not only do they do that through the show, but at the end they shit on the demographic. Like most demographic of superhero movies, I won't even say just Marvel,
Mm.
but superhero movies, they broke the fourth wall and just let off this cheesy like, we're not doing this, we're not doing that, like pretty much like shitting on the fan base almost. Like you guys could have done this comedy and just ended it the way you wanted to end it, and it'd have been fine. You did not have to go out of your way and start insulting your fan base. And maybe some people liked it. That's fine. Something different. But it was like, man, you guys are really crapping all over your fan base. I don't know why you would do that. Why
Yeah.
would you just go out of your way completely to do that? It was just odd. It was just real odd to me.
No, I do remember the reviews and people. I just brought up IMDb just to see. I'd only got a 5.2 on
Yeah.
IMDb, and yeah, I mean, it's that popular.
No. And that
But
was another thing. Like Marvel, I thought kind of. I felt like they stopped going all in. Marvel, Disney, whatever the hell you want to call it now. But like the CGI and everything, I was like, oof. But they had Tim Roth in there, and I was like, that's something I could check out. I really like
mm,
Tim Roth a lot. And they totally changed his character, and then they changed what the Abomination
yeah,
looked
I was gonna
like.
say he played the
More,
Abomination, and yeah, he had the
yeah.
fins out of his ears all of a sudden,
Well,
and
it's
it's like
more it's more comic
it is.
accurate, but it's like that's not what I was expecting.
No,
You know.
no, and then he played
So
like a real gentle soul, right?
yeah, yeah.
Well, hello.
He is
I wanted to
he has
start
been rehabbed.
a yoga class.
Yeah,
wait,
he's been
wait,
rehabbed.
wait.
The system works. The system works.
That's the ideal way. When prisoners come
Yeah,
out, they want to start retreats for other inmates
yeah,
and stuff. Wow.
yeah.
We're
You
doing
know,
good.
you know what? One more that was. I feel like they weren't too. I don't know if they were that obvious with the message, but at the end was the new Matrix movie.
Okay.
What was it? Revelations, whatever it was
That was the
called.
last one?
Yeah. Did you ever see
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I felt like that movie was only made to make Trinity be an equal to Neo. That's it. That's the only thing I got out of that whole movie.
It definitely pushed it. Now you're
Yeah, I
saying
mean
that
they had
I
some.
can see what you're saying now. Yeah.
Yeah, they had some cool stuff, but I'm like, dude, it doesn't have the original Agent Smith in it.
No.
They had a cool idea, but by the end, I was like, that was milked. That's how I felt. Like I was like, that was just milked in bad. They didn't have. Yeah, they didn't have Fisher Lawrence in it. It just felt
Yeah.
mailed in. They could have done it a lot better. They had it at the beginning. I was like, oh, this is an interesting way how to bring it back, bring Neo back, and then yeah, it just
And then it took a shit.
yeah, it was very forgettable,
Yeah.
very forgettable. But all in all, I guess you could just say like the moral we're trying to reach is like if you're gonna have a message, don't push it so hard to where it's gonna get in the way of your story,
Hmm.
unless it's literally about that. Like remember the Titans, or you know, it's kind of funny. People are probably gonna laugh like when I say Godzilla, but that was a big one back in the day.
Yeah.
Um, and even what was the other one I mentioned? Remember the Titans, Godzilla, Dragon, Bruce Lee story.
Hmm.
It worked. It worked because it was organic. So I guess if you're gonna make a message, build it off the message. Don't bastardize a story
Hmm.
to get in there.
Um,
So
you're right. I mean, mm, don't be surprised when people don't like it. So I mean,
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
same.
Don't split the market. I never understood why people split the market. Like like I get it. A lot of people hear him say, "Well, it's not about the money." Like, well, if you want investors to invest in you know,
Uh huh.
$300 million comic book movie, you better not be splitting the
That's it,
audience.
right?
I'm not telling you to be a sellout, but if you're asking for that money and you're not going to make that money back, you're never going to make another. You're not going to get many investors for your next movie. It might be an indie film, you know.
Hey, so be it, right?
Hmm. Yeah, so that's that's our rant for the moment. But I think that's why Mario when Mario came out, um, it didn't get very good critic reviews, and I was like, wow, that's surprising. It looks really cool. There's a lot of Easter eggs to the games that we played
Oh
before,
yeah.
and then we saw it, and it's just a good family, fun, nostalgic movie. And you can't help to think like, okay, did critics not like it because one, it's just a kids movie filled on nostalgia, or two, is it because they didn't have any forced message that critics look for right now? Like it just seems like what they look for now. If you look at a lot of the movies where a critic score is very high, and that movie pushes that kind of a message, typically the audience score is really low on Rotten Tomatoes,
That is true.
and it happens a lot of the times. And then sometimes also it's vice versa. Like I remember Godzilla King of the Monsters, mindless mindless monster movie, and critic score was horrible, audience score was awesome. Probably because that's exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah, I mean,
So
Super Mario, Rotten Tomatoes 59%, audience score 96%.
yeah, Super Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that's crazy. That's nuts.
Hmm.
You got to understand what a movie is. Could you imagine Mario like sitting there in like what would it be like? I don't know. What's one of the levels called?
Oh,
It's like we
jeez,
can't
man.
be here because of immigration laws.
Yeah.
Like just drop something in there like right in the middle. It doesn't even make
People are
sense.
like,
Like
yeah, that's good. That's a good point.
yeah,
They're not
yeah,
supposed
he
to do
must. He,
that.
yeah, that wall is. I'm not even gonna go there.
No,
But no, it's
no,
just
no, we
I'm
get it.
not. I know what movies are sitting there for me to learn something from, but a Super Mario Brother about a plumber that is in a fantasy land with walking mushrooms, I'm not there to learn a lesson. you know.
Oh God. What's his name from the original real life one?
Mm,
That whole ordeal that he had, that there was no Latino actors in the movie.
yeah.
Dude, you're complaining to a character, a cartoon character that's Italian that looks Mexican. you
Yeah.
know, so dude,
Yeah.
relax, okay? It's
John
called
Leguizamo was it?
yeah.
Was that's who it
It's
was?
called acting. Okay, it's not
I
that
thought
big
it
of a
was.
deal.
I thought it was weird that he was upset that there was no Latino representation by not having a Latino voice. Italian brothers.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, your argument doesn't even work. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't work here.
Um.
Do you hear yourself?
Oh, okay. You know.
And
Like,
then he and then he turned around and said he wanted to be in the sequel.
yeah.
I was like, dude, you just dogged the
Yeah.
hell out of them
You
for
already
something
just
an argument that doesn't even make
dug your
sense.
own grave, dude. Now they're pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Yeah. It's
dude, do you think before you talk? But yeah. So
so
to switch
basically,
it up a little bit.
let's leave
Oh, go
leave the
ahead.
art alone. That's what we're saying. Like
Yeah.
leave the
And
art
if there's a
be.
message, let it come organically. Don't manufacture it. Manufactured garbage sucks. Just if there's a message, let it come naturally and trust your audience to figure it out. You know,
Yep.
talking to you, Star Wars.
Ooh.
Figure it out. Did you see the article? I'm gonna switch it up a little bit and kind of improv this one, break it up a little bit. Did you see? It's funny how we mentioned comic book movie fatigue,
Mm.
and how I mentioned like Star Wars, how it used to be an event. It didn't come out like 3 or 4 movies every year, or shows or whatever. Well, Kennedy came out and said she wants to eventize Star Wars again.
Oh,
Like, make it more of an event. Don't treat it like James Bond.
yeah.
Release a movie every 3 years and not force it. And I was like, thank you.
That was the build
Thank
up,
you
right? You
so
got so
much.
excited for that too. Like you're like, yes,
What's
yeah.
that?
The build up for it.
Oh, Star
Yeah.
Wars? Yeah.
God damn, man.
Huge.
I skipped school to see
Huge.
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, it's oh man, it was so bad. but there's time, it gives us time to breathe and get excited for it. Like, oh, it's coming. But when it comes like every year, it's like, it's
Yeah.
we'll see it next
Yeah,
year.
it's like,
See
oh,
it when it comes
well, we'll
out.
go see it next December, right? That's their release dates in December's for everything. I feel
Yeah,
like so. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it was like boom, 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 and it, I'll just my opinion. The first one was literally a rehash of A New Hope. Ray was pretty much Luke Skywalker. A New Hope. It was almost the same story,
Very close.
but I loved it because it got us back in. It's like okay, it got us back in. It
Mm.
got us comfortable again. This is gonna be really cool. And then Han Solo died, and then the rest of the whole trilogy died with him. Like I was like, what
Yeah.
the
They took a
hell?
big chance on killing out a main character like that. Like,
Yeah, but
huge
you know what?
character.
It reminded me like the Force Awakens was so close to A New Hope. Like it was literally exactly how Obi-Wan Kenobi died in A New Hope. If you notice that, like when Obi-Wan Kenobi was struck down by Vader,
Mm.
and Luke goes no, and then they start the gunfight.
It
Well,
was Ray.
when
Ray did the same thing.
yeah, and Chewie,
Yeah.
and then a gunfight, and it was the same thing. Like I was like, that was literally the same scene, But it was familiar. It got everyone back into it, and then the Last Jedi came out, and I don't even want to go back into the topic we were just
Again,
talking about, but it was the
you,
same
you
thing.
put Luke
Message.
Skywalker on a freaking. You isolated him on an island, right?
Yeah,
You didn't even
took a
you
shit
didn't
on
even
that
have
character.
him in the show.
Yeah,
So-
then they brought Rose on. I think everyone was ready for Rose to die.
like this is
Like that was a character just to bring in a message. That was it. And
Yeah.
then they killed her off when the message was delivered.
yeah, man.
Like get her the fuck out of here.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was forced. And then what was the third one even called? There's the Last Jedi, and then Rise of
That was
Skywalker.
the last
Was it?
one, yeah.
That had some of the coolest visuals, but god
Well, the
damn was
opening
that
scene,
lazy.
man. Remember the opening scene? They're on the. I don't remember where they were. Just war. Just-
Yeah,
It's all going down. It was cool at first. You're like, whoa, dude, oh, dude, we're starting this strong right away.
yeah. The visuals were cool as hell, but that was about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then Adam Driver. Speaking of Adam Driver, he's rumored to be Mr. Fantastic.
I think that's
pretty
official
cool.
too now, actually. So
Is it
I
official now?
think so.
Margot Robbie, is she official? Or is that still in talks?
That was last time I heard. That was in talks. So let's see what they
I
get.
wonder how them two will do together.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a. I wonder how the chemistry is gonna be. Adam Driver's super talented, so hopefully they give him a script that would respect his talents.
So they said Adam
Like Star
Driver's accepts Marvel offer. So sounds like
Nice.
that's gonna happen.
Cool. Margot Robbie, she's talented. Dude, if you could pull off a Scorsese movie, if you're good, you're good. You're fine. You'll be fine. I don't remember a movie she's necessarily been bad in.
No, I mean
I mean, not all of her movies are good, but she's not the issue
No.
by far.
no, she's a solid person, and I mentioned it I think on Twitter too that I think she's a phenomenal candidate for that position too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I
Yeah.
like Jessica Alba, like in the first one that came out.
She was fine.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
she did a
solid.
good job.
Uh,
I think that was a fantastic
They did all right with
Cast.
that, yeah.
Chris Evans,
Mhm.
and no, it was just the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it wasn't even like those were like bad. I just thought they were just kind of boring as hell.
Mhm.
Like they were just boring.
So
So
Margaret Robbie has
I
only
don't
been
know.
offered a role. There's no confirmation yet. This is the other one I found interesting too, and I remember talking to you about it maybe like a week or two ago. Uh, Mila Kunis has been in talks with Marvel too to play the role.
Yeah,
So that'd be interesting to see who gets that spot.
yeah. It's hard. That was a hard one for me to see, and I don't not like Mila Kunis,
No, no, I
but
mean,
that one I was kind of like,
mm,
I don't know. I don't know if that's her. I don't know if she can necessarily pull that one off. She might if she does end up getting the position or the role.
yeah, we'll see.
She might.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll see, dude. We're getting spoiled. There's a lot of news. You saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I did.
I missed it. I'm actually going to see it later on this week.
Mm-hmm.
So, from everyone I've talked to, they're pretty excited about
They
James
did.
Gunn
They did a pretty good job
heading to
with it.
DC.
They closed it out excellent. You know,
Yeah.
that was my thing. I was like, I don't want them to like leave it up in the air. Like, oh, what the hell? You know, so some of those movies they do that too. Oh shit, man.
Yeah.
Is
It doesn't feel
You know, you don't know.
like a send off.
Yeah, but they did. It did great. A lot of people I've seen all over the line too. They were talking about heartfelt moments and stuff like that. It had its moments, you know. It's like, damn.
I
dude.
heard it was an emotional
Damn,
roller
even my
coaster.
daughter, she's 8 years old, and she at the end of the movie, she had some tears coming down. I go, why
Oh,
are you
no.
crying? She's like, the movie is just a good movie. I was like, oh, okay, well. She's like, I was so sad at first. I go, for what? she's like, it was good. I was like, okay.
I could see you like cousin Eddie in Christmas Vacation. Why are you crying?
Yeah. Look at.
Why are you crying?
No, it was a good movie. It actually is. It's the only Marvel movie to drop the F bomb.
Oh yeah.
And my daughter, as soon as it happened, was like, like her head turned. Like, I was like, hey, I had no control over this. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Because she's a big stickler on me when I swear.
Yeah.
She's like, Daddy, stop.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why would you say something like this?
I've told you this story before, but I'm gonna share it with the audience. A moment like that happened to a group in front of us at a movie. It was Christmas. Gosh, was it 2013? Yeah, I think it was Christmas 2013. Wolf of Wall Street came out,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know Leonardo DiCaprio. He's still a heartthrob to many of these moms and 14-year-old girls, and this theater's packed. I mean, the only seats that were left for Britt and I were up top in the center. And I'm walking, and I see this family walk in front of us. And I'm like, huh, this movie is rated R. But, whatever. I guess I saw rated R when I was 14. In the opening scene, he's snorting coke out of a hooker's ass. And I was like, "Oh my god! Well, hopefully it gets better." And then, dude, it's still the beginning, and he's getting roadhead driving the Lamborghini, and I'm like,
yeah.
"Get these girls out of here now! This is bad."
That is so funny.
It was
so
funny. I sat there. I told Brad, I said, "This has to be so awkward for that mom." And I'm only assuming it's either 3 daughters she's with, which they're way too close in age. So they're either triplets or they're friends. So now this mom has to be worried about telling her daughter's friends that they went and saw Wall Street. And
What'd you go see?
yeah, yeah.
Wolf of Wall Street.
You tell them we saw Trolls, goddammit. You saw Trolls.
Trolls came out last year.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Dude,
that movie did not let up at all.
Oh,
the
God.
whole movie is just
no.
like Jonah Hill
my
jacking
God.
off to Margot Robbie. I'm like, oh my god, like this is not stopping. Britt and I have only been dating for 4 months or somewhere around there, so I'm like sitting here like, well, I guess I'm gonna find out how much she can take here in a little bit,
What a movie.
Yeah, and she loved the movie, so I was like, oh, like,
It was a
Thank
really good movie
God. Oh,
though.
it's a
So
fantastic movie. It's a great movie, but oh my God, talking about like
and,
not being prepared. I can only imagine how that mom felt. I don't remember if they got up and left or not. I
oh
was too
my God,
fixated
dude.
on the movie. Like, but man, that was raunchy. They're going all over the types of hookers they were sleeping with, and I'm like,
hmm
holy crap. I'm just sitting in the drive home. What'd you think of the movie? I'm
Yeah.
like almost afraid to talk about it.
Yeah.
But she liked it.
Like,
But yeah,
yeah, I remember that time I got a job offer from Wall Street.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
What?
are you
No,
doing?
nothing, nothing, nothing.
It's not like that. I swear.
Oh, that's funny,
I just
dude.
thought, yeah. That's why, like when we have at my work, they talk, employee engagement meetings, and I always want to bring up midget tossing as a joke just to feel out the room.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not doing that. I love
uh,
that scene where they're
funny.
talking like, so when we throw, they like, can they hurt them? Like, are we worried about hurting them? And I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit! Like this movie is brutal right now. They just
uh,
didn't care,
no, no, they
and I'm
didn't. It was so
shocked. I'm
funny
sitting
though.
here. I'm sitting here in 2022. Like, no one's gonna fucking sit here and try to cancel these guys, huh?
No,
So
no. We were just talking about a movie. What was the movie? At work today, actually, about like they wouldn't be able to if that movie came back today. Damn, what the heck was it?
Blazing
Ah,
Saddles.
that was yes.
Yeah,
Holy crap, dude! Good guess. Holy
it is a
moly,
great
dude!
guess.
I can't believe you just guessed
I
that.
was running
But I
through
was
my
like,
mind. I
wow,
was
dude.
like, when someone says they can't make a movie
Yeah.
nowadays, Blazing Saddles is the first one I think of.
But I was like, there's so much love for Gene Wilder. I'm hoping like they won't even, or it's just too old, right? They just we're not even gonna
Yeah,
even look
no one's
that
there to
far back.
cancel.
But man,
Yeah,
what a movie!
yeah. But
The
that's the
first
thing.
I watched it when. Go ahead, dude.
That. See, there's a message. Trust your audience. It's
Yeah.
obvious Mel Brooks is not sitting here like a racist. Like
No.
it's just a display on how like ridiculous and ugly racism
Yeah.
is by going all out on the
Exactly.
racism.
Right.
You
And
know,
there's a lot of black people in it. There's a bunch of Mexicans too. It doesn't matter because they're all
we
just.
all knew
It's
to
just,
laugh. We all knew to
oh, they're.
laugh. We knew the jokes. We knew it was a joke. We knew how
Yeah.
to laugh. Another movie gonna peek back a little bit on like a message. Just trust your audience. Gran Torino. Gran
Oh
Torino
yeah.
had a great message, and
Yeah.
like yes, there's a lot of nasty, racist language in there, but that's the whole point of the story is how he
Mm.
redeems himself by embracing
Mm-hmm.
this kid and
Yep.
helping him find peace, and he pays his debts with it, pretty much
Seems
with
like
his
he found
life,
peace at the end, right?
and it's
He
like,
eventually found the peace.
yeah, man.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
we
dude.
all just, not to get preachy ourselves, but just, God, we got to learn to just chill and laugh.
Funny about Gran Torino. We just moved down to North Carolina. My father-in-law was down there, and we're like, "You want to get a movie?" Like, yeah, we can get a movie. And so, just so happened to be that was the movie we picked out.
Oh,
Never even seen it.
yeah.
I was just like, "Oh shit," like. So at the end, I was like, "Wow." He's like, "Yeah, it's a pretty good movie." It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's
Okay.
you know what's funny is when I went to go see it, I went and saw it late. And
Mm,
what was this? 2009. So 2009 still,
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a lot of internet. I guess the internet buzz was like starting. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, it was just computers basically, right?
yeah.
Because a lot of phones didn't have the internet
Yeah,
yet
Facebook was
around that time.
prepping to really launch off.
Yeah.
It was popular for 5 years already, but I mean, it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But
Hmm.
we sat down and there was a lot of, what was the word to use? A lot of the Asian community was there, and I just
Mm.
thought it just happened to be. It was just an observance of it, like, oh, And then when the movie started, I was like, oh my god! But
Well.
they all loved the movie, and honestly, I think they trusted his audience. They loved the message it brought. and you just had to listen to it, or you had to, understand it to hear it. And it's not about. It's about this cold, racist
Mm-hmm.
jerk embracing his neighbor and pretty much making up for what he had done in his past.
Mm-hmm.
And Walt, his character was Walt. He redeems himself. He does. Pretty much saves the kid's life.
He did.
Just so he doesn't have to join, his cousin's gang. And there you go. There's a movie with a very important message. It was organic. Full circle right here. We just went full circle somehow. I have no idea how we did it. So,
No,
could I see how some people see that movie as offensive? Absolutely. Yeah. But they gotta make sure like that's not what defines it. That's what should define it. It's the ending message, the moral of the story.
the more you know.
Yeah, yeah. So just gotta it's like an onion. You gotta peel back them layers.
Slowly but surely.
Yeah.
I mean, that got really good reviews too. I just wanted to look it
Oh,
up real
Gran
quick.
Torino's yeah. I got
Yeah. So
crazy good reviews.
lots of awards as well.
Mm-hmm.
So very cool, dude.
Yeah, yeah. So I want. I kind of wanted to share, like, how you and I were talking about starting this podcast. We'd share some ridiculous stories from
Yeah.
back in the day. I want to share one. It was kind of funny. It made me think about it. I completely forgot about the story. Unfortunately, Brandon, it doesn't include you. But I'm not sure if I told you the story or not. I think you were gone at the Marines by now. I'm not sure. But I saw this meme. It was like, let the kids have their fun. It was Mario. It says now it's the adults' turn, and it showed Sonic. And right in the, I was like, holy cow! It just kickstarted this memory for me. And it was way back in the day when Xbox. We were all playing Xbox still. This was long before Xbox 2. But Xbox released all the Sonic games on one CD. God, we're dating ourselves right there. But it was every Sonic game, and I was with. I don't want to use their names because I don't talk to them anymore. So I'll use their middle names, Joseph and Edward. And we're like, let's buy this. And this was back in early 2000s, before 2010, and we rolled some sandwiches and ate some sandwiches.
Rolled some sandwiches.
Rolled some sandwiches.
God.
But and we ate the sandwiches, and we were like, dude, let's play Sonic. Like, hell yeah. So I remember it just like it was yesterday. It was my turn first, and it was really hard because I was under the influence. I couldn't do it. And I was like, to hell with this. I was like, all right, your turn, Joseph. Joseph went, and he fails. But halfway through the first level, we were playing, once you die, you had to give it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So Edward gets a controller, and he starts playing. And he is smoking this level. I'm talking like, dude, you had to have played this game like a month ago. This is crazy. I haven't played this game in 10 years. He's like ripping through this level. And I told him too, I was like, dude, Edward, you're doing really good. He's like, I know. And then the screen goes black. And we all just kind of stare, and then it comes back up, and it says, Sega. And then it starts the Sonic menu. And I looked at Edward, I was like, dude, that was the demo. You weren't even playing. And he had no idea. We all had no idea that he thought he was playing. It reminded me of like when your little brother wanted to play with you and you would unplug the second
the
player
controller.
2 controller. They thought they were
Yeah.
playing.
Good
Man,
job, dude.
dude, he was ripping through this level, and I'm like, man, you got some crazy memory right now. Like, you're just no problem.
Holy moly.
And
That's
man, when that
awesome.
screen went black and it went Sega, like we sat there was a 3 whole seconds where we were adding up the situation, and I finally realized, dude, you were playing the demo. Dude, I think we laughed for a good 10 minutes. I cried. I cried laughing.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh, that
That
was
is
a
awesome.
fantastic story. I will never forget that. I can't, you know, I did forget it already, but yeah, when I saw Sonic, I was like, that's funny. All my childhood memories of playing Sonic the Hedgehog, that's what I think of. You know, you know.
Nice, dude. Nice.
We are going to
Uh,
tell. Excuse me. We will. I will force you to tell the story of Rocky Nine. We'll save that for another episode.
yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a. Stay tuned.
That's yeah. That's a different night. So all right. I guess abruptly switch it up on you, Brandon, again, and all you listeners. We're rambling on for a while, but it's all in good fun. We like to have good fun. Michigan State, $95 million of what the fuck is going on there?
Dude, I I didn't even know what to say. Like we all knew like there was issues going on, but the stuff that's been happening, it's like
Well,
what is going
you
on?
know, last year because it's crazy because the transfer portal is very popular. I
Yeah.
mean I can't even count how many players transferred this past
Oh, dude.
offseason already. But you don't lose your starting quarterback and you don't lose your top wide receiver and you don't typically use a starting cornerback. They got the
No.
cornerback back and then but it was like okay, how the hell does that happen? You know, you start thinking about NIL, yada yada yada. Who knows what's happening? But when you're paying Mel Tucker $95 million, you keep the damn team together. And it's kind of funny. I know I'm rambling on right now on your Brandon. I'll give you a second. But I always said their first year, Mel Tucker's second year, excuse me, outside of the
Mm.
COVID year. I don't even count the COVID year.
No, that was a shit year.
But Kenneth Walker transfers to Michigan State, tears Michigan apart, five
Oh, yes, he
touchdowns,
does.
rips us
God damn.
apart, and they go on
Mm-hmm.
and they have an awesome season. Mel Tucker beats Michigan, gets $95 million deal. Next season takes a shit. I mean, I remember watching the Michigan game and he's losing his cool on the sidelines right on the first drive. And I'm sitting here like, you know, he won the transfer portal. It would have been
Mm.
his second year. He won the transfer portal. When you don't recruit and you rely on the transfer portal, you're not building a culture. You're building a team for that year, and for football, that can be hard.
I know.
And he's gambling.
It.
It's live by the sword or die by the sword. And
Yeah. Just real quick, I'll let you know because you said about the transfer portal. 6,000
6,000 athletes.
NCAA football players. This is just football. Have entered the portal since the beginning of the 22 season,
That's crazy.
including 2,179 in December alone.
That's crazy. That's
Dude,
crazy. That's December. That's before bowl games.
yeah. They're already giving up and like I'm done or and I hear a lot of these people who are transferring it's because of the NIL stuff.
Yeah. It's almost
Oh,
it's gonna become an amateur league. Um,
yeah, unfortunately.
it's kind of unfortunate. Somehow, some other teams are pulling through with it, but they're big market teams. You know, you look at
Yeah.
it. You knew Alabama was going to be okay. You knew Georgia was going to be okay. You know Michigan's going to be okay. You know Ohio State's going to be okay, maybe. So I don't know. It's going to be real interesting on where this NIL takes everything, but they have to. They definitely got to get it under control. That's for sure.
Yeah, I
And
know. I mean, their big loss this to the portal was their starting quarterback, Peyton
yes,
Thorne.
Peyton Thorne.
I mean, he's already been picked up. He's going to Auburn
Yeah, I saw
next year.
that.
So
Hugh Freeze.
yeah,
Where's
wow,
Coleman going? I
wow,
heard Michigan reached out to him.
really,
Yes, that would be Michigan State and Michigan would be it would just add
uh,
incredibly bad blood
I don't
to the
think he would.
rivalry.
I highly doubt he'd come over to Michigan just because I feel like he has some kind of uh, loyalty, with MSU. So
You would
I feel
think,
like he would.
you would think, but who knows anymore? Who knows if
Yeah, like you said, who knows?
he's willing to leave for that? I don't know. I would just, man, I almost wish it happens just so the rivalry could just be just fucking intense again. Could you imagine how intense that would be? Honestly, I would be a little nervous playing Michigan State just because of the fire they would bring. There's no way they're more talented, but the fire that would come behind that, and we're going to Spartan Stadium. I don't know.
Yeah,
Worse
and
MSU teams have beaten very good Michigan teams. So
yeah, and just like utterly shock. Yeah, that's no good there.
yeah,
Yeah, so no, what I was telling you earlier, there's another person who transferred or joined the portal.
it was a start. I
Um,
saw one of their
yeah,
start.
Cade McDonald, redshirt senior.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he walked on. Oh, he walked on in 2019. He's joining the MAC. He's going to play at Miami,
Oh.
Ohio. So, but still, I mean,
Did he start any games? Did it say how many games he started?
no, it's just this is just so this is from Fan Nation.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just reading redshirt senior Cade McDonald who walked on MSU 19 head into the Mid American Conference. 5'11", 195. He announced it on Twitter. He's going to play his final 2 seasons
5'11",
of
195. And
Yeah,
what was
he's
he?
not a big guy. What's that?
What was he? What position?
Uh, it don't say actually. Not on this part right here. It just says redshirt senior.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
forgive
if I
us,
had to
MSU
guess,
fans. We're not fully
yeah,
aware of what's going
wide
on.
receiver.
Wide receiver. Okay,
Yeah,
man.
but yeah,
I was thinking he was like a defensive line or offensive line. I was like, oh, no wonder he's transferring to the MAC. Good God.
no, final 2 seasons at Miami, Ohio.
Wow.
So crazy, dude.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it is what it is. But MSU's got to get it figured
Hey,
out.
good luck.
That's a
Yeah.
$95 million deal. I don't even know what's guaranteed to Mel Tucker.
Oh,
But
boy, I hate to find out, but you know what? Let's find out.
yeah, all right.
No, it's.
I thought
I
Mel
don't know.
Tucker was going to have the swag that Deion Sanders has in Colorado right now. But it
Mhm.
already seems like he's losing his cool. Like I said, during that Michigan game, that first drive, they got a couple penalties in a row, and he's losing his mind. And I'm like, man, this is the first drive. You lost your mind. You're already broken.
Dude, that was the Debo meme that went around. Remember that? Did you see that
No.
meme? Oh, dude, it showed him on the sidelines all mean mugging and stuff,
Uh,
and next thing you know, people all over Facebook put Debo's face out there,
oh,
like the same face. Like, there's Debo.
yeah.
He's-
Debo, it's my grandmama's
shit.
chain.
Hide my chains, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, Pops is tripping. He
Yeah.
want me to ask you for my bike.
One
back.
motherfucking
Yeah.
bike.
What a character and what a movie. What a
I know,
movie.
dude. Oh my god. No, that was a great shit. So I'm actually having kind of a hard time finding this. It just said
Nah.
I keep getting the same stuff. 95 million, and then it breaks it up over the next few years.
Yeah, they probably don't even want
Um,
you to know how much is
no.
guaranteed. I can't even imagine
Yeah.
the fucking buyout that would be.
Dude, it's
Usually there's a typically high buyout for $95 million.
10-year contract.
Keep them. Keep them. I'm cool with it.
Hey, you can turn around. You just gotta
He could.
focus, you know.
He could. I mean, I just never thought he should have knocked on
Man.
wood when he called himself a horse shit coach. Like, hopefully that's not true.
Yeah, I'm a horseshit coach.
He's a good coach.
Okay.
He's a good
No, he
coach,
is,
but I
but-
think he's got an uphill battle because he relied so much on the transfer portal. He never really hasn't had a chance to like build a program, trust the process. Because I
No.
tell you what, D'Antonio built a program. He had a
Oh, he
program
did.
at Michigan State. Now I feel like Mel Tucker's the Juwan Howard
God, that
college football at
and that was
Michigan
the years
State.
like every year they're like, ah, shit, Michigan State's probably gonna beat us this year.
Yeah, they were
It's like
mollywopping
because
Michigan.
they were, and it was
Yes.
for like a good like 5 years straight. We might have won one in the middle, but it was just like constant, man. It's
Yeah.
God dang, just never let up. Just kept coming.
No. They had Denard Robinson's number, except for that game where we
Oh
got so lucky on that field goal. Where Michigan got lucky on that field goal. So that was insane. What was the score? Like 12-10, and we rushed the field.
yeah, that was it. 12-10.
Yeah.
It was too. God, what a game that was. I would have rushed the field too.
Yeah.
we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta do it, man.
Yeah. I remember Kirk Cousins
Oh.
rushing the stands after he beat us 4 years in a row. I was like, son of a bitch.
Oh no, he's another one who got crazy freaking NFL deals and. Well,
Yeah. Yeah. The mediocre
Hey, whatever.
badness.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
I wanted to bring this up because this happened just the other night. Did you see the Lakers versus Golden State game? Any highlights or anything?
You know what? I haven't really been paying much attention
Okay.
to it.
So one of the Golden State's players, Gary Payton second.
Hmm.
So in the middle, they just scored. They're coming back down. He's going, and all of a sudden, you see him like gag. He's just like, and it really you don't notice it until you actually replay it. You're like,
Right.
what the hell? So, anyways, it shows the next clip. I don't even remember who he's holding back. He's holding someone back. He puked in his mouth,
Oh.
and his cheeks are all puffed out, and he's continuing to play defense, dude.
Oh.
Dude, if you get a second,
Oh, I will.
check this shit out, dude. I was like, oh. But the
no.
fact that his mouth is just blown up and he's just sitting there, I was like,
Oh.
dude, that guy, he's pushing. He's pushing through it, man. Whatever it take to win, man.
Yeah. I would have exorcist vomited all over the court.
Oh, no, right all over.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Everywhere.
go. It's like remember that Tennessee lineman? They're in
Yeah.
the huddle.
Yeah.
He just turned over, just
Yeah. Yeah.
and then just
Yep.
nodded
I'm
at the
good.
Alabama defense.
Yeah.
Just like, how about
Could
that?
you imagine the Alabama player?
Dude,
Man, what the fuck?
they're all looking at the ground
Yeah.
like, what the hell,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah, this guy's a fucking
What a
psycho.
trip, dude. And he got right back down, no problem. He's like, all right, let's play football. I was like, holy
Yeah.
crap, man.
You know, the Alabama guy's like, I hope I don't land in that shit.
Ah.
I can only imagine the sound. My buddy made fun of me because I ended
Oh
up,
my
man,
gosh.
I ended up drinking way too much. And he goes, there is nothing more than a helpless sound than you puking. I was like, ah! Dude, I am ridiculous sounding. Oh, it's so bad.
That's so funny, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you
Ah.
said it to me. Played a whole possession with vomit in his mouth. Oh my god.
I was watching it. I was at the gym and I was watching it on ESPN. And I was just like, "This is amazing."
Dude, did it make did it make SportsCenter's top 10?
No, I didn't get that far.
You would
But I
not
just-
believe this. I'm watching it right now.
His face, his cheeks all puffed up, dude.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Look at him. Help me.
Ain't that wild?
No one knows. Dude, he
Uh,
walks off the court.
Did you see him gag? He's like,
Oh,
"Ugh." Yeah.
there's no way I
There
would have
you
made
go.
it. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way. I would have been done.
He's like, someone get him. I can't speak right now. My mouth's full.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was like, hey, man, I'll give it to him, dude. He held it. He held it
Oh.
down for as much as he could.
Good
That was
God.
incredible.
Oh,
Oh, boy, dude.
God. So, we teased it earlier, so we might as well say it. It was a nice long episode. Holy cow. But What you got in your A-track player in your old jalopy truck?
Oh man, I'm actually like so. I recently got a new truck about it's about a month ago now, and so I got reintroduced to Sirius XM. So I've been stuck on Octane the whole
Yeah.
time,
Oh, sure.
and yeah. Do you remember the first time you heard Octane? We were at, I think it was Michigan spring game, and I had it playing in the truck. We were tailgating,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, dude, what station do you have on?
Yeah, this is
And I
amazing.
was like, oh, it's serious. It's Octane. You're like, what, dude? It's like one after another song. It was like perfect. Every time was another good song. I
Yeah.
was like, I know, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I always listen to Octane, but so like at the gym and stuff, I've been cycling through so much stuff. Slipknot, like a lot of Slipknot,
Nice.
going back. Um, Nothing more. Who else we got? Oh man, I can't even think of them now. Of course, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever comes up, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually it's hard rock usually, and it's whatever comes up.
Yeah.
Nothing specific.
Yeah. I'm on a different spectrum on that. I'm on like a whole I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Do you know who Gordon Lightfoot is?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
ended up dying. I think it was last week.
Oh no
Yeah, he
way!
was like
I
84
didn't
years
know
old,
that.
or he was real old. I
Okay,
think 84.
okay.
But he died, and I kept thinking about that Sundown song. It's one of my favorite songs ever. Sundown,
Mm.
Sundown, you better take care if I. And I am sorry for everyone that had to hear that. But I was like, man, I'm gonna listen to that, and I was listening to it, and then more music. I mean, I guess they call it folk music, like Van Morrison and all that. And I was like, wow, some of this stuff is actually pretty good. And so I was listening to that for a while, and then for whatever reason, I was like, all right, let's go back to the other side of the spectrum and listen to Seven Dust Alpha. That
Oh, whoa.
album.
Okay,
You ever hear that album?
dude. Yeah, I have. I was actually just listening to
No shit.
not that album, but just Seven Dust
Okay.
Alone the other
Yeah,
day.
they just released a new song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I went back and I was like, I was kind of thinking like on this topic. I'm like, wow, that's kind of weird. Like I like visited a whole, like I said, like was that folk music? I guess they're calling it with Gordon Lightfoot. And then
Mm.
went all the way to Seven Dust Alpha. But man, that is an album you're gonna have to check out. That was man when that album came out, I felt like that was a big return for Seven Dust. That was a great album, especially the song Alpha. But has one of the coolest CD album. Well, I guess how you call it album covers I've ever seen.
I actually got really into them back in probably like '05
Yeah,
time frame. Yeah.
when you were gone in the Marines, I saw him at Harpo's, and it
Okay.
was nuts, absolutely insane. Their drummer's amazing. He's got that crazy scream,
Hmm.
and man, they brought it. I remember they it was a long wait before they came on, and they played Motley Crue, "Kickstart My Heart."
Ah,
And the lights were going crazy, and everyone's kind
yes,
of like, "Okay, is this the start of the show?" And then just wham! And man, they brought it so fucking hard.
dude.
And I was like, that is
That's
amazing. And they had that crazy bass that doo, like, that Sean Morgan, the drummer, hits. It's like a hip hop bass. But
mm,
on those big, like when they want the sound to really hit, man, it was like, oh, that's awesome. God, it was a fantastic show. So
that's pretty
yeah, I kind
sweet.
of got on a seven dust kick right there. I'm trying to avoid Avenged Sevenfold as much as possible now because
Oh yeah,
I want the
couple more
yep,
weeks.
I want the experience of hearing that new
What we
album.
got? One, two, three,
Yeah,
four, about four. Just a little under
I
4
guess they're
weeks.
releasing a new song soon, and my brother and I both swore to each other like, nah, we're not gonna listen to it. We're gonna try and hold off. So I'm not gonna be able to listen to Octane because it's gonna pop up. I
Yeah.
know it's gonna be played on there.
Well, I know they play the hell out of
Yeah,
Nobody. So
yeah,
I mean, it just goes.
yeah. such a crazy
Turn
song.
that sucker up right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Oh, that's good stuff, dude.
It is, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll just probably continue rocking Seven Nest throughout the week,
Ain't
and
nothing wrong with that.
try
Nothing
go
wrong
on
with
to
that.
something new the next week.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Nothing wrong with that, dude.
all right, man. So, what do you thinking? Should we wrap this episode up?
Yeah, we can give it a go. Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Next
This is a
episode.
long
I
one.
don't know. What are you thinking for next episode?
Thinking like episode 5,
Oh, okay.
maybe. Yeah,
That's typically
you know,
good because it comes after 4, so I think that's a good.
well, good. We're on the same
It's a
page.
safe
That's exactly
approach,
what I
safe
was thinking.
approach.
You know, I didn't want to go too far out of it, so
Yeah.
I think that was good.
Can't Tarantino it. We got to go numerical order.
We're gonna Guy Ritchie it and just completely spin. Welcome to episode 38.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
We should.
What the hell just
We
happened?
should do that. For like the 9 people listening, they're like, "Wait, where the fuck happened?
Where's the other ones?
Where's the other 30
Wait.
episodes?"
I must have not been paying attention.
Yeah.
You ever seen some of his movies, Guy Ritchie?
No.
Dude, he made some awesome freaking movies.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah.
What movie?
Yeah, he Snatch, Cock, Two Smoking Barrels. What was it? Rockstar. Oh, they're all like Brad Pitt movies and Jason Statham.
Oh yeah. Now I'm kind of embarrassed how I kind of
yeah,
dropped the.
dude.
I dropped the.
Watch some of his movies, man. You got to pay attention.
Yeah.
I'll give you that little.
Because he did.
Be like,
I don't know why I was thinking someone else. I think he did the Sherlock Holmes movies.
the ones with Robert Downey
Yes.
Jr. Okay,
And it's a fucking crime.
I'm not sure.
It is a crime we
ever
never
sure.
got a third movie. Did you ever
They
see
did
those two
did
movies?
Awesome job. With
Yes.
that. I love his thinking when he breaks everything down in his head. He's gonna do this, and then this is gonna happen, and then this is gonna, and a bird's gonna fly past over
Yeah.
here, and then it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And go.
Yeah. Oh. Even he explains like everything that's gonna happen, and then it happens in real time. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. There's the bird.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's a good movie.
Yeah. Downey Jr. did a hell of a job on those movies.
Yeah.
So did Jude Law. I was kind of surprised like they picked him for Watson. I was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's talented. He's not a Watson I would ever think of. Just typically in the stereotypical Watson, bigger bellied mustache.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elementary,
Yeah.
Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Sherlock.
Yeah. So, no, he did good. They did good. So yeah, I get. You know what? That's what people are gonna know. They're just gonna know episode 5, and they're gonna have to find it out.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Well, all right. Well, we're still on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Yep. Nothing on Instagram yet. Still going.
Yeah.
Still trying.
Yeah, we'll give them hell. We're just gonna keep giving them hell.
Right.
So if you guys are
Like I
listening,
said-
it'd help us out a lot if you subscribed, like, do what you can to do. Stick with us. More content on the way. I'm so disappointed at all the words I fumble up while on this podcast.
I do the same thing though, right? You try your best.
Yeah. I promise. I'll do better. But yeah, no, stick with us. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We ran a little longer than we were expecting, but that's all good. It's for fun.
It's all right. We don't have no strict
Yeah,
time, right?
we have fun.
We
let
done.
it roll. So, but all right, dude. You have a good rest of your
All right,
week. I hope all the listeners have a good rest of your week. And like I said, please subscribe, like whatever you can, get interactive with us, even if it's to talk a little shit. I don't care.
Yeah. We'll take it.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good, safe weekend, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See you later.
Till next time, my friends.